Okay, this is another problem we have. Okay, so we have to divide 15,505 by 48. So what I'm going to do first, so we introduce the word long division symbol by this. Okay, so we write what the divisor on outside, dividend inside. Okay, so remember our steps. So first of all, I have to what divide. Okay, so so we have to what divide what 15 by what 48, because this we are dividing with two-digit number now. So we are going to what divide the dividend what two-digit what at a time. So but we try to divide it, but we see that 15 is less than 48, so it will not be possible. So what are we going to do? Write 0 here. Okay, and when we multiply 0 by 48, or 48 by 0, you have what? 0. Okay, so when you minus, you have what? 15. Okay, then you bring down 5. So we are now asked to what divide 158, sorry, 155 by 48. So remember that I told you in place of place value. So remember the 8 here is in ones position in place value, and the 4 here is what is in what tens position of what place value. Now we can assume we know that this 4 here we what is what for tenth position. That is what we have, sorry, we have 40. So this 4 here is what 40 is what is 40. So when you multiply 40 into 2, you're going to have what 80. And when you multiply 40 into 3, you're going to have what 120. Okay, when you multiply it into 4, we're going to have what 160. So right, it's now that's not what we're looking for. Okay, because we want to find how many 48 in what in 55. So 160 is more than what 55. So let's try 3. So when we bring 48 into 3, let's see the result. So 3 times 8, you know, is what 24. So you have what you have to write your 2 here. Okay, now 3 times 4, you know, is 12, plus 2, you have what 14. Okay, so we know that 48 into 3 will give us what is this. Okay, so we are done with division. Then next is what multiplication. When we multiply 48 by 3, we have what 144. Okay, the next step is what subtraction. Then when we subtract let's do it individually. Okay, so 5 subtract 4, we have what 1 left. Then when we subtract 4 from 5, we still have what 1 left. Subtract 1 from 1, have what 0. Okay, so the next step is what bring down. We want to bring down 0 here. Bring down. Okay, you know, you can just what clean this 0, forget about it. It what it means what nothing. Okay, so now we also what divide 110, okay, by 48. Okay, that is to say how many times of 48 are what in 110, or how many 48 can be contained in what 110. So the same what procedure, we come over here. We know that the 4 here is what is in tens position. That is what 40. Okay, now when you multiply 40 by 2, you're going to give you what 80. Okay, and when you multiply 40 into 3, you're going to give you what 120. And 120 is more than what 110, so we're going to what take 2. So when you multiply 8 into 2, you have what 16. Write 6. That's one here. Then when you multiply 4 by 2, you have what 8, plus 9, you have what 96. Okay, that is to say we have what 2 here. Okay, you have 2 there. Now we are done with division. Now the next thing is what multiplication. When we multiply 2 by 48, you have what 96. Okay, 96. Okay, you have to what, subtract. When you subtract, you now have what? Can 6 can 6 be subtracted from 0? It's not possible. So you borrow what? 1 from this digit here. Put it here, it wants what? 10. And when you subtract 6 from 10, you have 4 left. Then here is 0. Then when you borrow this digit here, the value of the digit is 1, and what? Add it here, it becomes what? 10. Then 10 minus what? 9 becomes 1 left. Okay, so we are done with this digit. Let's go to the what? Final digit to bring down 5. Okay, so remember, after subtraction we bring down. Okay, now we are asked to find how many 48 can be contained in 145. That is 145. Okay, how many times of 48 are there in 145? So how I'm going to do it the same way. So this is what? 40. Okay, that is its place value. Okay, so when you multiply 40 into into 2 is 80, into 3 120. Okay, then into 4 it's going to be what? 160. Well, the number we're looking for is not what? It's more than what? It's less than 160. So we're going to take what? 3, which is what? 120. Okay, so when we multiply 8 by 3, we have what? 24. Okay, that right? 4. Okay, plus 2 here. Multiply 3 4 by 3, have what? 12, plus 2, have what? 4. That is 14. Okay, and when we now see that 48 is contained what? 3 times, or the 3 times of what? 48 will fit into what? 145. So we have what? 3 here. Okay, now 3 multiplied by 48, you have what? 144. 144. Now subtract. Okay, let's do it what? Individually. Okay, when you subtract 4 from 5, you have what? 1. You subtract 4 from 4, you have 0. Subtract 1 from this, so you just what? 1 left. Okay, so at this we can clean this. So at this point, you can see that the last, remember I told you that you should what? Consider the what? The last digit of the dividend. Okay, so this is what? The last digit of our dividend, and after the division, after the processes, okay, the number here, okay, or the remainder is less than what? The divisor. So we now call it what? The final answer here. So remember, this is also equal to what? 3 2 3. So forget about the 0, you can just clean it. It's what? Null. It represents what? Null. Its value is what? Null, which means what? Emptiness or empty. So this is what we'll stop for today. This is all I have for you today. Please, if you are not subscribed to this channel, please do well and subscribe. See you next class.